You are not where you want to be, not because you need any more gifts. You don't need nothing else. You need to discipline yourself. You need to learn to tell you no. You keep talking about everybody else, you can't tell no. You can't tell you no. You can't tell you stop. You can't tell you quit. You got to get to a point where you're disciplined.
You have got to change the way you think. It is the whole determining factor of where you go in life. We are all where we are today because we thought ourselves to this position. If you don't like the position, think yourself out of it.
Why did the 90 quit? They thought it would be easy. So it's not the fact that it's hard that's difficult, it's that they thought it was going to be easy that made it difficult. So if they can learn in the first week or two, the first 30 days, that is not going to be that's not going to be easy, it's going to be difficult, we got a chance of keeping them a lot longer.
Life has ebb and flows. It's got thunderstorms in it, earthquakes. It's life. Stop expecting it to go smooth because it ain't finna go smooth. The road to success is always under construction. You combat negativity and you combat discouragement with gratitude. What messes you up is you focus on the thing that's not happening. So whenever you get discouraged, change your focus from what's not happening to what has happened. Because what causes the downslide is if you get wrapped up into what ain't happening, it get ugly, man. But you have to focus on gratitude. People understand how serious gratitude is. It's hard to be miserable and grateful at the same time.
The guy was the new owner of a team, a baseball team that was in the basement of the league when he took it over. He went to the pitcher and he said, "What is your best throw?" He said, "Well, I got a good curveball and I've got a good fastball." And he went on talking about his different throws. He said, "But tell me this, what is your best throw?" He thought for a moment. He said, "I've got a good fastball." He said, "That's all I want you to work on. Nothing else. Just develop your fastball." The next year, they went to the World Series. Most people don't know where their fastball is. Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. They have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. And you'll be surprised at the things that you're able to do. When you learn how to block things out, when you learn how to keep thine eyes single, learning how to concentrate, learning how to focus in, deciding that you're going to focus to develop your skills, you'll be surprised at the ideas that will come to you, of the people that you'll be able to attract, of the opportunities that you'll be able to see. You'll begin to see things that have been standing there looking you in the face saying, "I can't believe this has been here all this time." But you can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you. You got to focus on you. And as you convince you, as you sell yourself every day, you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective. Telling yourself every day, "Here I go again. And I got what it takes. This is my day. And nothing out here is going to stop me."
So if I have a mentality as a human, although another person may not have it, it can be taught. And quiet as kept, I did not have it. When I was homeless is where I picked it up. I didn't always have this sharp dog eat. I didn't always have this bite, this grind. It was 16 years old living on the streets that gave me that grind. Does that make sense? So I'm telling you, 90% of them, it's a challenge that they've had to endure while they are out. And it's our job to make sure we prepare them for those challenges. Come on, this ain't rocket science. I want you to do it when? Morning, noon, night, 90 straight days, right? So y'all know we went from the backyard, we did this here, right? We did high school, like real, just keep practicing. The only way to be successful in this business is they gotta go beast mode, right? This is what's missing. A lot of people come into business, they don't wanna go beast mode. Like you can't be a giraffe, you can't be a hyena, you gotta go beast mode. I'm talking about you gotta go lion mode, right? You gotta go lion mode, you gotta go beast mode. And that's what we have to teach them. A lot of people don't know how to go beast mode, right? When somebody talked about the mentality earlier, that's beast mode. That's I'm gonna dominate. That's I'm not competing. I'm gonna dominate. Whatever my lane is, I'm dominating. We gotta teach them to be driving, to be demanding, to be controlling, to be fierce. Right? Practice is 24/7. Even when you playing the game, you're just playing out what you practice. That's why when I go out of town, I'm always doing free stuff. Why? Practice, practice, practice. Reps, reps, reps. I can't wait till the big gigs to speak. I gotta get my reps in. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how bad you are. You gotta get those reps in. If you really wanna be dominant in your field, 30, 60, 90, start all over again. 30, 60, 90, start all over again. Morning, noon, night. Most of the people that we're talking to their whole life, they've been taught to be what? Weak. Yeah, passive. Right? Accommodating. Right? That's what they've been taught. Right? But in order to make it in this business, you got to be able to take 50 no's, 100 no's. But the mentality of a beast is I don't care how many no's I get, I'm not stopping until I get to that yes. So I'm not focused on, so what they end up doing is focus on no, 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 no. And we have to teach them, you can't stop until you get the yes. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done.
What are the things that you fear that's been keeping you from living your dream? That's been keeping you from doing some things that you would like to do? Life is about growth. You can either go back to your comfort zone, and there you won't find any growth, or you must be willing to go forward and face your fears, because you're never going to have a fear-free existence. I mean, some fear is acceptable. There's some things that you really should be afraid of. Now, you shouldn't allow it to immobilize you. You take it into account and you carry yourself accordingly. It's a difference between having a fear and the fear having you. Being stopped by fear. It's perfectly fine to have some fears. You embrace those fears and then you move on. You act on whatever it is that you fear. What you resist will persist.
It ain't rocket science. You keep doing it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You start all over, you go to another level. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You like, why am I not going to that? Because you're not doing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Negative thinking is a major problem. If you're trying to be successful or happy, you have no room for negativity. Big thinking gets rid of negativity. Dreams and visions gets rid of negativity. Now, what you cannot do is bury yourself by using your success compared to other people. See, success is not how far you got, because somebody always further than you. Success ain't how far you got. Success is how far you got from where you started.
Life is not just the passing of time. Life is a collection of experiences, their frequency and their intensity. Life is not just watching the clock tick away. Life is a collection of experiences, their intensity, their frequency.
When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. And people know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
You got to keep working to stay here, and you got to keep working to get there. I don't know where there is for you, but you're not going to get there if you get comfortable.
There are a lot of voices in life trying to define us, tell us who we are. Sometimes they're uplifting, other times they're negative. You're not attractive. There's nothing special about you. Our own thoughts will try to label us. When you listen to all these voices, it's easy to think, who's telling the truth? Who am I? Am I strong and confident, or am I weak and insecure? Here's the key. The only voice that matters is your voice. What you choose is what you will become. Who do you say you are? God says you have seeds of greatness. You are destined to leave your mark. Other voices will tell you you're just ordinary. You have the final choice. The problem with some people is they've chosen the wrong voice so long, they don't know who they really are. They've allowed circumstances to define them. Mistakes, disappointments, now they've lost their passion. The only one that knows who you really are is your Creator.
It's time to stay focused. Rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying? Because I'm trying to get it.
We all love to be blessed, our business taking off, we meet the person of our dream. But here's the key, the blessing doesn't come by itself. But with that blessing is going to come opposition, jealousy, people that are not for you. The question is not so much, can you handle the blessing? The question is, can you handle the persecution? Everyone is not going to celebrate your success. All your friends won't be happy when you get that promotion, when you move into that new house, when you get engaged. The favor on your life will stir up the jealousy, the competition, the envy in certain people. You can't have the blessing without some kind of persecution. If you can handle the persecution, then God can trust you with the blessing. You have to pass the test of overlooking insults, ignoring what people are saying. They wouldn't be talking if you weren't making a difference. Let God deal with the naysayers. Let God take care of those that are trying to make you look bad. Some people can't handle your success. They were fine as long as you were at their level, as long as you were single like them, as long as you lived in their neighborhood. You have to be okay with them not being okay with you. Your time is too valuable to worry about what people think about you. You don't need everyone to celebrate you. You don't need all your co-workers, all your relatives to cheer you on. If you become too dependent on people, then if they don't meet your expectations, if they don't approve you, you'll spend your time trying to get their approval. Don't look to people, look to God. Just because you've made mistakes doesn't mean that stops your destiny. What stops us is when we start wearing the negative labels. We quit pursuing our dream. When you see great blessing, soon someone will not understand. Soon a family member will get jealous. And this is not to discourage you, but to prepare you. If you're prepared, you don't get bitter. Stay on the high road. Don't pay attention to jealous, small-minded people. Sometimes the way God pays you back is He keeps blessing you when others are trying to discredit you. He keeps taking you up when they're doing their best to pull you down.
This is a time for you to look at your life, look at where you want to go, look at what you want to do. Let me warn you, don't look at where you are. Don't spend time talking about what has happened to you. Hold a vision of yourself being successful in the future with whatever you do. That's what you want to do, Fisher. Your thoughts have magnetic power. Where focus goes, energy, persistence, and determination flows.
You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. Fuck all the homies texting and calling and trying to make you feel bad about being so focused. It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now. And all of the shit that you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole nother stratosphere.
The trick is to make the decision. Give it everything we've got. Stay with it until one of two things happen. One, you decide you've definitely made the right decision, or two, that you've made the wrong decision. If it's the second, you've just got to try again. But behind your decision, remind yourself that it's better to be outstanding at one thing than to be mediocre in a dozen or so.
I wonder how far God will take you if you will just live like you are no ordinary child. That there's a favor on your life that will take you where you can't go on your own. A blessing that will cause you to stand out. Who do you say you are? You have royal blood flowing through your veins. What's trying to stop you doesn't have a chance. God being for you is more than the world being against you. That sickness should be the end. The medical report says you're done, but not for you. You're no ordinary child. God handpicked you. Before you could choose Him, He chose you. Now don't go around thinking you're average. You don't have much to offer. You are no ordinary child. You are a history maker. You are destined to leave your mark. Well, Joel, this sounds good, but I think you have the wrong person. Nothing unusual about me. I don't have a great personality. I don't come from an influential family. As long as you're discounting yourself, you're not going to see your greatness. I'm asking you to get in agreement with God. It doesn't matter how you were raised. It's not dependent on how much education you have, what obstacles you're up against. When you believe, doors will open you never dreamed would open. The prophet Joel said, wake up the mighty men. Wake up the mighty women. I want to wake up your greatness. Wake up that business God put in you. Wake up that book. May seem like it's over your head, but you have to understand you're not average. You can accomplish more than you think. You are more anointed than you think. You are more talented than you think. But you can't say I'm weak and tap into the power. You can't say I'm not that talented and tap into your greatness. Who do you say you are? Not who do other people say you are? Who do your coworkers say you are? No disrespect, but you are not who people say you are. You are who God says you are. If you let them put their limitations on you, convince you that you can't accomplish your dream, then because you're letting them define you, what they're saying is going to come to pass. Don't repeat the negative people have spoken over you. Imagine someone asks you, who do you say you are so we can tell others? This pandemic has me worried. My back's been hurting. These kids are getting on my nerves. I'm really discouraged. That is not who you are. Go back to the scripture and say what God says about you. I'm strong, talented, favored, blessed, forgiven, fearfully and wonderfully made. I am not what I feel. I may feel weak, but God says I'm strong, so my report is I am strong. You may not feel up to par. You're dealing with an illness, fighting that depression. It's easy to wear the labels, sick, depressed. That's just who I am. That's not who you are. That's what you're dealing with. Don't let that difficulty become your identity. What do you say about yourself? I'm sick, I'm depressed, no, I'm healthy, I'm free, I'm happy, I'm victorious. If you'll start saying what God says about you instead of what you feel, you'll see things begin to turn around. I talked to a man that was so down on himself. He said, I feel so unworthy. I don't deserve to be blessed. Being against yourself is not going to help you move forward. The enemy is called the accuser. He'll remind you of every mistake you've made. He'd love for you to wear these labels, unworthy, no future. I told him what I'm telling you. As long as you see yourself unworthy, it's going to keep you where you are. People can get jealous. You don't need their approval. You have Almighty God's approval. Don't get upset when people turn on you. Don't be revengeful and use your influence to pay them back. Always thinking about what they said. Ignore it. Keep dreaming. Keep being good to people. And God will take care of the persecutors. He'll deal with the critics, the jealous people, the opposition. People can't stop your destiny. The blessing on your life is greater than any force that's trying to hold you back. Now don't stay focused on the persecution. It's a test. Can you handle the opposition? the jealousy. You know who gets jealous when you succeed? Small-minded people. Think you going up makes them look bad, so they try to pull you down. Instead of believing that what God did for you, He can do for them, they start criticizing, trying to make you look bad. They think God's favor is limited. They don't realize God has unlimited favor. What He's done for you, He can do for them. If you can't celebrate people that are ahead of you, if you can't be happy when they get promoted, when they get married, when their dream comes to pass, that's going to limit how high God will take you.